Good afternoon and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Sorry, we were having a discussion beforehand.
There's too many meatheads and there's two nerds and two meatheads in this room, but
So thanks for joining us today. Today you got myself, Lieutenant Coop. We have our wonderful local talent, Cap McFarland,
Hello.
and we have two guests with us today. Count them, we've got two. We have Lieutenant Shaughnessy with us, and who has been fighting us for months, and we finally dragged him on. And I give credit to Captain McFarland and Lieutenant Irish for doing this. Lieutenant Brown. So, boys, thank you for joining us.
It
was a physical fight. It was a
not
physical
take that
fight
much
in the patrol room.
I figured it would, and we just kind of brought it up, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Oh, sweet, we'll take advantage of this. He's in a good mood today." We apologize if it's a little dark.
So yeah, Mike was the first one to mention it. Yes, it is a little dark on our side. We had to move the lights a little bit to give Shaughnessy some more light because he likes the limelight. And he likes
I hate it. It's blinding. Every time I go out of here, I gotta sit in a dark room for 5 minutes to readjust.
It's like a speakeasy in here today. So we've got our tea,
I,
non-alcoholic green tea.
Mr. Naley says, "I spy with my little eye someone old."
But we do apologize. I don't apologize. I had nothing to do with it. It's set up for a maximum of 3. We're obviously above capacity, so it's going to be a little. Brian's probably over there like, "Oh my god,
Actually,
They're breaking the rules. They're breaking the rules.
I'm not the one
they
that
say
gives a
the
shit about the
lighting
rules."
for you is perfect.
Stop it. You guys are too
That's
good.
probably an insult saying you're ugly.
All right, word. Got it. Got that. Appreciate that. Stop.
So we wanted to do another Meet Your Supervisor. So since they were able to drag Lieutenant Brown to this. So Lieutenant Brown, give us a little bit of backstory about yourself. Where did you start with Titan?
I started about a month out of high school, 2018. So I'll be 5 years here in August. I did libraries, hotels, hospitals, overnights, and days, kind of mixing it up for the first 2 years. Then I moved on to one of our CID units on part-time, and then Union Station full-time, and then back to CID unit.
Downtown CID, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Waldo.
Waldo. That's what it was.
Waldo CID.
How long were you there?
I was there a
Couple years?
twice.
Oh yeah.
I was there weekends at first, then I got told full-time for Union Station, and then I was there for another year.
Tell us that. How did you get out to Union Station?
So I actually pissed off one of the overnight corporals.
Do me a favor real quick. Pull that mic just a little closer.
Back then, as I'm sure both of you know, all of the supervisors had to do a set amount of evals before
Is he
they
calling
could
us
return.
old?
Yeah,
You
probably.
were supervisors before, but had to do a set amount of evals before they could return to the office, right?
Yes.
I remember those days.
Yep.
I
The fourth
upset
eval you gave me today.
Corporal
I got numbers.
Maloney because he never knew where I was going to be because I kept picking up shifts. So he would go to a site and expect to find a new officer and get one of his evals taken care of, but he had evaled me 3 times that week. So he sent me to a site where he would never have to see me or eval me.
Can't blame him there.
Then he started
was
doing his
rude.
little Brown thing, and now he knows Union Station like the back of his hand. He's like, "You want to go to a place that literally nobody knows about?" I'm like, yeah, of course.
What's gonna happen there?
It's like I know where the Declaration of Independence is inside this building.
It's at Union Station.
So after you did Union Station for a year,
That's where I noticed him. I
Was Union?
like, this kid's got a good work ethic. He's young, and I'm going to horse beat him into whatever position I want him to be.
that's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after Union Station, you went back to, was it Waldo, or you went back to Waldo?
I did a motel that someone put me on for about 2 months.
For clarification, he's looking at me.
Yeah. Did that for about 2 months overnight, and then I reached out to the corporal out at Waldo, and she happened to have an open full-time spot, so I took over the night shift out there.
Did you ever hold rank at Union Station?
No,
I thought you did.
might as well have. But
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
tomato, tomato,
A little bitter.
Yeah.
A little bitter.
not at all.
Well, he just got to sit in their command station over the draft, so
Yeah.
I think you've got your payback.
Yeah.
He was. Oh, did you just see him in there? It was just computers and spreadsheets everywhere, and he was
What
just.
was the
Nerd heaven.
Oh, he
what was the site that
loving
you
it.
were telling, or it was a gas station you were unarmed on Independence Avenue?
Oh, 32-1 and 17-1.
Yeah.
I picked those up
He
from
loves
time to
bringing
time
those
when
up.
life got boring.
You are a psychopath if you've ever worked out unarmed.
I would never. I won't even go
remember-
to Independence Avenue if I'm not in uniform.
I remember going to the brass, and this was before I was a supervisor. I was like, should we, like, I know we can, but should we have unarmed people at one of the worst, like, avenues in the city, if
Yeah.
not probably, like, maybe the Midwest, and country?
I think Sparks said the other day it's like top 5 in the nation. somewhere
31st
on
and Prospect.
there.
I
Like,
got
crime-wise.
tricked into it.
You got tricked. No, okay.
You just said you picked him up from time to time.
The first time I got tricked into it.
Oh.
And then he liked it so much he went back on
No,
his own.
it was
Actually
once
kinda-
every like 4 months when life got boring.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Sounds about right.
It
Let's
was
test it.
back when we had to stay in sites that when open. I had to cover it. Luckily, I was armed, but there was one night that it was actually pretty fun. I worked it was a 3201. There's just all walks of life that come through there.
Oh, yeah.
in different
I remember stopping.
states of dress,
I remember-
and different
I remember
states of
stopping by.
sobriety.
I remember stopping by with, more than a few times
Sobriety.
to check in on the Independence Avenue team and be like, and check in, and everybody's going fine. We're having a 10-minute conversation, and you'd hear something up over the radio from dispatch. They've got a pending dispatch call to this one. I'm like, well, I don't have anything to do for 20 minutes. I'll head down with you. We'd get there, and you'd walk over, walk into whatever it was there, whether it be the gas stations or any of the businesses, and you'd stop, open the door, and walk in. And you'd be like, "Wow, okay, so this is what we're dealing with. This is, wow, okay, this is interesting."
Where are your clothes?
How did you?
Where's your left arm? Where's your left arm?
How did you
Like,
get
where
up?
did it go?
How did you get up there, and why are you in that position? I don't
Yeah.
understand. What are we doing here?
The crazy stories that nobody ever believes come from Independence Avenue.
Yeah,
I
we were.
promise.
This is back when I was a supervisor, or that or I was on patrol. But me and a couple other guys. So there's like 4 or 5 uniformed officers, like in outer vests, like carrying a gun. You would think the criminal activity in that area would kind of dip just a bit.
No.
We're sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, just pop, 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 pop. The apartment complex right behind it.
Yeah.
Some guy drove up and shot like 15 rounds into the door, and then just drove off. And so we're all like, whoa, and like getting behind cars, like, where's that coming from? It was so quick, and then all of a sudden it kind of, the dust settles, and we like go over, and this lady's like, he shot my car, and like we walk over there, and there's just 15 rounds, like
Yeah,
just out of no, we were 10 feet away.
Yeah.
On the other side of the fence, thankfully. So, but no, it was like that would be like not uncommon on a weekend.
no,
Or a weekday.
It's not. And the funny thing is that when I first started here, Brown was my supervisor, or one of my supervisors at least, and he's actually he was the one that vouched for me to get onto patrol.
He nurtured you and reared you.
Yeah,
into
right.
patrol.
You know how on my first podcast you said
I
that you were.
don't regret my mistakes.
Yeah.
I don't regret them. That's for sure.
But during me and
I
Carrillo's
laugh at
drive-by
them now.
shooting, the guy drove through the parking lot, and this is on Independence Avenue. And it's funny that you said that you thought that it would deter crime because it's like a group of us.
Sometimes
sitting
it
there.
does. Sometimes
But
they'll
this
all
guy,
just scatter.
This
like
guy, there's a
cockroaches.
group of like older people walking away, and we
that
just
like
hear
people in their 30s to you?
just drive-by shooting right 30 feet in front of us. We're watching this happen. We're like, oh man.
Yeah.
And Brown was actually the one that got there and rendered first aid to the gunshot victim.
Yeah, me and Boss had just turned onto the avenue right as they called it over the radio.
Yeah.
Is that when you blew through like 4 tourniquets in like a month?
That was my second
I think
one
that was
that month.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that was the second or
One
third
was-
that month.
I've only had to apply 2 here. Thankfully,
I'm on 2.
none of our guys, but
No.
I'm on
We're
2
not-
within
yeah.
like a month and a half.
There's
Browns
one
were
guy.
the
There's one guy I could have. That was my first Independence Avenue interaction. I could have. He got shot like 7 times. They just rolled him up in the mat to the 7-Eleven, slid him into the ambulance. Apparently, the guy made it. I never really followed up just because it's not very good for
Both
your
of them have
psyche.
made it.
No,
Our,
yeah.
our victim was shot 3 times in the same month in that same leg.
That
I was
was
like,
the
dude,
last
you got to
thing he
move,
said.
bro. At what point do you
gotta
think
buy a
maybe they don't
lottery
like you in this
ticket.
neighborhood?
It's one of those points like, look, man, I understand that this is like probably the cheapest living you've got, but you've got to get
Right.
out of town
Yeah,
because
right.
at this point they're gunning for you. Like,
Yeah,
this isn't
just go to a different place.
Yeah, you could move 10 blocks away and I think you'd be okay, but you keep coming back here, we're going to wind up in the same place next week.
Buy
Yeah.
a lottery ticket and you'll win, and then just use that money to move somewhere safe
Right.
because you got shot
So
3
see-
times in the same leg.
That's fine.
I've never experienced a heart attack more than I did with my time on Independence Avenue.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's true, 100%.
Absolutely.
And then we have Cloverleaf.
I remember that.
I've heard stories
Yeah,
of
this
that
is
place.
before your time.
Yeah, I've heard stories of it.
We've got supervisors.
Was
can
that the
tell you
one that they
stories.
gave the golf cart? They were just like, we know it's a huge property. Here's a golf cart to ride around on. Is that
no,
one?
that you're thinking the one up north, up in the Leavenworth.
Oh yeah. What?
That one
what was
wasn't.
one called?
That one wasn't bad until one day. Like, that one was like it was
What was
not the worst. It wasn't in a great area. And it was
It was
low
domestic
in-
violence call after domestic
Yeah.
violence call.
Yeah.
for Cloverleaf. Yeah,
Yeah. No, for the one in
Well,
Lawrence.
Leavenworth? Oh, no,
Or
Leavenworth?
The Leavenworth one was just. It
yeah.
was literally.
But I mean,
DV
it wasn't
central.
like horrible.
No,
and
but there was some.
comparatively to some of
There
the
was some
places-
guns brandished and
Yeah,
stuff.
but it was just it was. I think it was everything was good for like the first 2 weeks. Everything was quiet, calm. Everything was good.
Well, then-
and then there was just like a light switch, and it was just DV,
Yeah.
like for weeks.
And then,
light
and then
switches,
PD
summertime.
posted.
Yeah.
PD posted up out there eventually. but thankfully.
That's what I always think
We
is
had no
funny
response
when
time to 'em.
the people that we deal with down there, they're probably the ones that say it the most, but it's like security. Like, we're telling these stories, nobody knows the type of security that we actually do, and it's kind of, it's funny.
Yeah, we're not employed like well, we are employed at country clubs, but at night.
Yeah.
And I think some of the
make
ones
sure
we
nobody's
have,
there.
Yeah, I think the ones we have are haunted. But yeah, no, we don't go hang out in like places where like there's no crime. They like do a risk analysis and like, oh, you need security here,
Yeah.
otherwise you can't operate your business.
Yeah.
And
Insurance is going to skyrocket if you don't have security. They're like, oh, okay, well, hold on,
Yeah.
we can solve that.
Yeah, there's just a lot of different levels of security, and there's nothing wrong with the guys that do like the mall cops or the corporate security. That's a good
No,
gig.
that's a good
but-
gig.
yeah.
I'll probably finish out there, but no, you can. I mean, it was. I won't say who it was,
I
but
would
it
love
was
to
some
see you as a
leadership.
mall cop.
No way did I quit.
You did. You just
No.
said.
I'd rather be a maintenance guy there because at
Union
least I could like
Station has
tinker.
segways.
Yeah, no,
They do.
In the basement,
They
they
do.
have segways.
They got them.
Yeah.
I should. That's good to know after the draft. Thank you very much.
When McFarland's over here, like,
That's such a
limping
coop,
around.
That's such a coop statement. Hey,
Hey, leave
your
me out
shin,
of this.
Your shin hurts because
He
you have
admitted
shin
to knowing
splints.
about them too.
You have
No, I
shin
didn't.
splints.
I didn't know about him.
Captain McFarland,
How
you
about-
have shin splints. You know what would
I've
really
been-
help with that?
I have
A
been
Segway.
I've been to Union
I think somebody
Station
crashed
6
it on
times
it.
in my life.
Yeah,
I don't
they,
think it's an
they no
operable
longer use them
Segway.
anymore because someone took out a garage door. But that's beside the point.
Yeah,
They're still in the building.
All right.
Yeah, but there's lots of
one way
different
to do it.
levels, and somebody in our administration, I won't say who, but made a very good point. This person has 25 plus year long law enforcement career, and it's like, if you work at our transit authority or any of our CIDs, you will see more action than probably a 20-year vet at one
Yeah.
of these quieter police departments.
Yeah.
And so, not that that's like a cool thing. It's just
It's the truth. It's
the
where they
truth.
are.
Yeah,
It's
just
the location
it's
of what they do.
We don't write tickets, but we'll do just about everything else. And writing a ticket's not that fun. I can tell you.
Let's see. We have one here. It says, "Ask Lieutenant Brown. 4815 is the place to be."
I mean, I think Lieutenant Shaughnessy has more.
oh, I love
thought
that
on
place.
that.
I love that place.
I don't mind 4815. That's the hangout spot
Except
for patrol on the
except for
weekends.
when they have
Except for when there's drive-by shootings.
yeah, that
Yeah.
or when they let out the nightclub across the street.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There was like 300 people that one time with like AKs hanging out of their
Yeah.
car. At that point, we're just like, let's get out of this.
No, that actually.
We're gonna
so
go ahead and go.
One of
We've
our
mitigated that now.
one of our CID. Well, yeah, because they were asking us why we spend like an hour and a half on
The GPSs are down
yeah,
there.
exactly at one gas station. We're
Wow,
like,
stop
well,
trying to break my stuff.
Well, the club gets out, and they all come over to that
In the
parking lot to
club.
fight to settle
Yeah.
whatever beef happened in the club.
Yeah.
So we sit there, and it's funny because we'll pull up, and it's an entire group of us.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a downtown unit for this
Minus
hour and
like
a
3 or
half will
4.
go down there. Yeah,
I think 3 or 4 's the only
Any of the
ones not
downtown
down.
units. But
It's not your stuff.
they're
It's Titan
arguing.
stuff.
For anybody wondering,
Everything's
Coop
Coops.
and Brown are arguing.
It's like a space heater's like, hey,
But
don't touch my
so
space.
they'll drive through. We'll all pull in. The entire parking lot will clear out for like
20 minutes.
20 minutes. The club
Yeah.
lets out. They all come through. They see us. They slow roll us. And obviously, that's heightens our anxiety of like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
But then they all just clear out, and then we know like
good.
the moment
You guys
that
leave.
we leave, they're all
They
just
come back.
back.
Well, that's
But
good.
I mean,
no.
that's how it works in any property.
Yeah.
We get there
For the
and,
most part, yeah.
they'll scatter, and then when we leave, 15, 20 minutes after we're gone, there they are again.
That
Yeah.
owner definitely appreciates us. He takes good care of us.
Yes.
No, he does.
I was there, or I responded to a shots fired call there. I was literally at the other end of the avenue, so it was like maybe 30 seconds, well, like 2 minutes. But I roll up, and you still smell the gunpowder. They had hired a security guy to stand in at the facility. Some guy came in and stole a case of beer and ran out to his car. They had like backed this little like Mitsubishi up to, so I watched the video, to like the entrance. He grabbed like a case of Busch Light, I don't know, $20. Probably
Yeah.
cost the shop like 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he throws it in the trunk, shuts it, gets in the back seat. The guy comes out and just mag dumps into the vehicle as they're leaving. Yeah, and he was all jittery over beer. And there was like 4 occupants. You could see 4 heads. You had 4 dark figures in the vehicle because it was at night. And you're just like, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just boom, 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 boom.
my God.
And you watch him. He comes because it's the camera coming down over the front door.
Yeah.
So you like see him come into scene, and he's still like, and nothing's coming out. And the adrenaline's going. But for what?
Yeah,
Why would
over a
and,
case
and,
of
and,
beer.
they're like, yeah, no, he's fired. And like, it was a deputy showed up. It wasn't even KCPD. I don't remember which department or sheriff's department,
been
but
Jackson
came up, walked
County.
up to him, watched the video, and he's still standing there. He's like, man. It's like, my first week on the job, I walks over, just click, click, you're going to jail. And I go,
Yeah.
dude, come on.
First and last week, or
Yeah.
right now.
Well, the
Yeah.
the person that has probably the best record out at Independence Avenue would be Jeffers. And I don't care. He doesn't care if it's his name, but that is just the most unlucky person I have ever
In a
seen.
lightning storm.
At 4815, there was another security company. Their officer had his firearm in his car, like his duty weapon, and some lady just walked up, got in the car, and tried to grab it. So they were the guy came out of the store. They were fighting, and then Jeffers and KCPD pull up, and it's like firearm involved, so they're guns out, whatever.
Yeah.
And then a Hummer pulls up behind them, and 4 guys with ARs hop out.
Oh boy.
And I was like, how did that happen? I've never had an interaction like that. What did you do, Jeffers?
How
Yeah.
did you make them that angry?
Yeah,
He was born on like a solar eclipse or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a very lucky individual.
No.
Yeah, came
Well-
in contact with some like unknown substances at times. He's like, I went in
Oh,
the
yeah.
bathroom and I came out and I couldn't breathe. My arm went numb. I was like,
Yeah.
go to the hospital. I think you were on that
I
one.
was the one
Yeah.
who took him to the hospital on that
Well,
one.
in case he ever sees this video, he knows that he makes poor choices. I don't know anybody else that wants to clear the woods 300 feet off the tree line at 11
then get
o'clock at
shot at.
night. Yeah.
and get shot at.
So
I also responded to that one.
I remember that call.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the one who got that call.
Jeffers just got
Yeah.
shot at. Like, is he hit? No. Where was he at? Well, like 400 yards in the deep brush, looking for Bigfoot. I'm like, what is he doing over there?
he was like, well, they
We got a
wanted us
call-
to clear it.
We got a call for an old officer. This was years ago, back when I was on patrol. We got a call from an officer for assistance. This was a patrol officer back on one of our properties we don't have anymore. It's the I'm not going to say the name because we might get them back, and I don't want to deter them from that if they ever watch this. But it's one of our larger patrol properties where it was just one officer posted for that property. And we get a call, hey, I've got a small problem. I need at least 1 or 2 people to respond to help. Okay, well, what's going on? I'd rather not discuss it on the open air. Okay, so we show up. They were stuck in a hole. Like they went into a building that we had told everybody not to go into. No one's allowed in here. It's vacant. It's sealed off. You should be able to get in. And they tried to make entry, and they fell in a hole.
Was it like one of the? Because I know a lot of like dealers will cut a huge hole right in front of their door
Yeah.
so that anybody that breaks in.
No,
Was
that's
it one of those?
It's exactly what it was.
Nice.
They cut like
nice.
an 8-foot hole in the concrete slab.
That is fantastic.
That was like 5 by 6. So if you breached the front door, if you weren't paying attention, you just fall straight down. And that's exactly what happened.
That is fantastic.
She got to the door and pushed through the door and fell in.
Oh my
And so we get there, we see the patrol car. We're like, what the hell? Where the hell are you? And all you hear is, I'm over here. Like, what the fuck? So we walk over, and sure enough, the door's open. We're like, well, that door's supposed to be sealed. Keep coming.
Right.
So we walk in, and we're like, there's a hole here. When we look down, oh, you're 8 foot down. How are we going to get you out of the hole?
You just got like snacks with him.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's good to see you.
No. Sitting there with my flashlight. What do I do?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be in there for
Here's
one.
a rope. Pull up.
I was like, well, did you learn a lesson? There's a hole here. Okay.
Yeah.
Good lesson.
Well, let's get you out of there.
Yeah.
I only caught the second half of that story because I was interrupted by Sergeant Patton, but it sounds like an interesting event.
I feel like this was Meet the Supervisor, but we've just started telling stories.
Well, we
So,
met
Brown-
the supervisor and we moved on.
I'm
Brown, what is your favorite part between being an officer to a supervisor role?
Having me as a
would-
boss.
Yeah. What would be like the part that's or like a huge difference between the two, if that makes sense?
less responsibility.
Less.
What?
No, as an officer.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yo, what
Significantly
job did you
less.
go into? 'Cause mine's totally
I was going
different.
to say, hold on, wait a minute here.
A little bit more money with a lot of bit more responsibility. Hey, just a little heads up. Fields lost a $500 utility tool in 64, so if you guys get a chance to take
I know
a look.
exactly what that utility tool is.
Okay, perfect.
I'll look for it, Fields.
Fantastic. Thank you, Fields.
Yep. I'll look for it.
Utility tool.
Who pays $500 for a utility tool?
You would?
No.
Oh, he
know.
loves that thing. He was showing it to
I've
everybody. when he
never
got it.
paid that for a utility
Do you
tool.
like utility tools?
I think it's-
I do.
I'm pretty sure it's made out of some like stone that's really expensive. I think that's why it was that much.
Stone.
Not stone, material. I don't know.
Steel.
Not paying $500.
I would no.
No.
I don't pay $500 for just about
Like, don't get me
anything.
wrong.
My body armor is probably the most I've ever spent money on for my gear.
No, not even close. Well, my body armor is probably
For your work gear? What's more than... Because we have the same... We have Ghost Armor. It's like $600-$700.
That's true. Well, my pistol was about
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say, dude.
I guess the
discount
gun,
on the
yeah.
firearm.
My
Yeah.
gun, my firearm was about $650.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like 7 feet long.
Well, that
not
level,
7
the
feet.
safe
Listen.
life level.
Listen,
His holster, it's like this far out of the bottom of his holster. Like, is that a mini holster? No, it's normal. It's a freaking musket, dude. He's
it
like,
does not stick out that far.
Got the hand cannon.
yeah, dude, he's got like
Worst
a
part, it's
7-inch
9
barrel. on
millimeter.
that
It's
thing.
normal.
Yeah, with a 7-inch barrel.
9mm with 3 extra inches added on.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
What? It's for the accuracy, guys. It's for the
yeah.
accuracy.
Recoil.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, his gun doesn't even move. It's just like pew,
Who ne-
pew, pew.
He just created a laser gun. That's all it is. A laser gun that hurts significantly more.
To hell with all of you.
What else?
But
What else
no.
is new with you? You have the floor of all 7 viewers. What would you like to let people know?
Oh, he had probably a lot to do with the draft.
Yeah,
I was saying,
Yeah,
you were one of the
congratulations.
the big movers on the draft, weren't you?
supposedly. Depends on who you ask.
You just put a B in supposedly?
I've heard that quite a bit.
Supposedly?
Supposedly.
What's the correct way?
All right,
Indubitably.
Diego, if you're,
Indubitably.
Diego, if you're in there.
Diego, get on it. What's the right way?
No. So, all right. So, give us a little bit more about your supervisor when you're in the field and you're visiting officers. What's something that you see and you look for that shows the next generation of supervisors for Titan?
So, being as an officer for so long before becoming a supervisor, I learned the post orders for a lot of sites because I've worked a lot of them. So I know what should be done, what shouldn't be done, what extra initiative can be taken at a lot of these sites. And I look for that extra initiative.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Because I know the bare minimum of what needs to be done at those sites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Union Station, for example. You can do the bare minimum and get by any day of the week. But if you're actually going and following up on some stuff, that talking to some of the tenants, because there are office spaces in that building, talking with tenants, getting to know the staff so that everyone feels more comfortable with you guys being there.
That's a really good point. Yeah, because a lot of our sites, I mean, you're going to be at that site by yourself most of the time.
No.
And if somebody like him or you or me or him shows up and they're like, oh, yeah, I know where that's at, or, let's go over to this part and I'll show
That's a
you. And
big
it's
thing.
just like you've actually been paying attention and you're not just showing up just to punch a time card.
For me, it's not just that. It's not just knowing like the little nooks and crannies of the site. It's knowing the post orders, but knowing not just our version of it, but knowing like the clients. So we'll have like Union Station where we've got our version of the post orders, but they've also got their version of not necessarily post orders, but of like emergency preparedness and stuff like that with tornadoes and fires, and to be able to walk in and have somebody go, hey. So here's when you ask them, hey, where's your tornado shelter? They go, oh, well, our tornado shelter's over here, and here's the protocol. That's the stuff I look for.
Yeah.
It's not just the physical knowledge of the building itself, but it's the actual knowledge of the nuances
Procedures.
and
Well,
procedures
even
and
if
stuff.
even if it's something that we haven't gotten to yet, it's like we have that hospital, right? But we asked them.
I do not carry a full-size flintlock pistol. I had to say that.
He's got the gunpowder and everything.
God, I hate you guys.
But we have a lot of
So they're
sites that
reloading it.
if we were to ask the employees, and this isn't anything bad towards the employees, I'm not meaning by that, but if we were to ask them what their protocols are on this stuff, then they would say, I have no idea. But the people, our officers that go through and make the procedures that would work well for that site,
Yeah.
especially if it's a newer contract where we haven't gotten there yet. or
Yeah,
anything
you
like
can
that.
you can smell that on an officer right away when they're like,
Well, see, the advantage
hey,
is
can
if-
I add this to the SOPs because like this is actually what we're doing, and this is what the generic version of hey, show up in your Class A uniform or you know.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, we actually do this, and you're like, oh, okay, I can trust that guy to do, send him to me so we don't have something stupid in there, but.
Yeah.
I had a guy
Yeah.
yesterday who I was talking to, and he said that he watches the podcast, and there was a video of how to remove somebody from a site, and he was like,
Isn't there a picture of you on that one?
Yes.
yeah, getting manhandled by Leon.
Right out the door.
Or the duty belt one?
But he was like, I watched that. He was like, I learned the tactics that they use in that, and he was like, just today I had
to
an
do it?
incident where I had to do that, and I
Nice.
used them, and it worked perfectly. He was like, so the videos that you guys post are super important.
See,
to
and
us
that's the
and
thing.
learn.
I've had officers compliment, like, we have the de-escalation one. We actually have two different de-escalation ones that we've put out there before. And I've had officers tell me that the first one we put out, I totally forgot we did because it was years ago.
Yep.
And they go, oh, I watched this video with this one dude in it. He was really like intimidating and he was covered in tattoos, and I started laughing. and like, he's not somebody I would expect to be able to talk you down, but man, he was just like real knowledgeable. And I was like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And That's the very nice version of other than I'm going to throw you the fuck out.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you should see how many times we get compliments on our videos when me and Leon Leon and I were doing some new client meetings, and they'll ask like, "Hey, so kind of tell us about your training program," and we'll start talking about it. And they go, "Oh yeah, no, we watch your YouTube videos. Like they're really impressive." And it's like we're just kind of
Do
winging
you watch
it,
the
but-
live ones or you watch the pre-recorded?
He
Because
just watched
those are
pre-recorded.
No, and it's a cool technique or a cool
it's an awesome tool to have.
tool. Yeah, it's a cool tool to have and use that technology to kind of benefit us. So.
It's an extra level of training that officers can go home and
Yeah,
watch on their own
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
exactly. Everybody's like,
rewatch,
I want more training. I want more
yeah.
training. We would love to do an 8 month academy.
Yep.
It's just not feasible.
I
you know,
just had an officer reach out yesterday for more training.
Yeah, it's like go to YouTube, do that. Go to Frontier. If you're armed, then you go to range, practice.
Yeah.
Practice. Just make sure. And if if anybody out there is unsure, reach out to us. There's like Clint Smith. He's a really good. He does. Damn it, it's a ranch he runs where he goes over just all types of firearms. There's not a lot you can see online because he makes you pay for it, obviously, because that's his livelihood. But
His bread and
there's
butter.
little tips and tricks that he kind of shows you, and he's just a good old boy. And I remember him talking about a shotgun demonstration. He's like, bullets go through you. Shotguns remove pieces of you and put,
Yeah,
it, on
I've seen that.
and put it on the floor. So
I've seen that guy.
It's Clint Smith or Cliff's. I know it's Clint Smith, I believe.
I think it's Clint.
Yeah, and he's got like that raspy voice because
Yeah.
he just instructs 24/7, so he never stops talking. But that's it. He's a good one to look at, and so if you're unsure of kind of like how reputable some of these training videos are, just let us know. And
But
we've
it's
probably seen
the
it.
initiative to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have a job that can kill you, it's probably good to train.
Right, and it's a pride thing too. I had one guy who said every time I put my patch on, they get our exterior carriers have Velcro patches.
Yeah.
And he was like, even though it's just a Velcro patch, yeah, right. He was like, it's prideful to put it on. He's
Sure.
like, I know I'm
It
going
means
to
something.
represent a company, and that's huge. But then you also have the people that want to get better in the training aspect of, hey, I don't want to have to go hands on with somebody, so I want to learn the verbal stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important as well. It's just
Hell,
caring about your job.
I put my outer vest on yesterday to do a demonstration for the ASIS security staff that came through here, or security members, board members. And I hadn't put it on in a while. And I was like, yeah, feels good. Fits like an old glove. Actually, I thought I lost a little bit of weight. It was like one kink smaller. It's good.
It's all that
Good,
walking
good
at
things.
Union.
Good things.
I'm trying to drink my coffee.
Yeah.
It's all that walking at Union.
Yeah, when apparently we had segways and I had a hurt shin, and for no reason, he's literally in the command center watching me. He's like, like
Actually,
watching
we didn't have
me
any
limp
cameras
around.
going inside the
Cap's
building for the most part. They
Cap's
were all
just sitting,
exterior.
and we have 4 officers just carrying him by his legs.
And like
Your
a
Highness is
golden
here.
chair. Yeah. Like, stop, peasants. I must speak to this peasant over here.
Could have brought one
Give me
of your-
some grapes.
Patrick Mahomes is like, who is this
Bring
guy?
your throne from home.
No, that's my couch.
Got to make it through the gold fence.
He just sits there. He just sits there staring at his fence.
I did get it now. No, I shared my big TV
Yeah.
So
with my puppies, my stinky butts.
So that's good. It actually kind of leads me into, we were talking a little bit ago about the amount of security at places I actually wanted to bring up on today's podcast. I was reading a couple of articles recently, and Brian sent me one. So, Brian, thank you for sending that.
No, thank you, Brian. Wasn't needed.
About in the UK, they have there was a security something going on, and they had a ton of security, and not just their law enforcement, but actual private companies like us that provide security. And there was something like 2,500 security officers and regular officers there, and people were freaking out, saying it was too much. Do you think that's a possibility at an event like the NFL draft or something? Is there something that's too much security?
Oh, to have too much?
I don't,
Sure,
I
I
don't
mean-
think the draft hit 2,500. I know how much we provide, and I know how much the exterior security provides.
We didn't. It didn't come close
Yeah,
to that.
no.
It's probably close to like 500 to 1,000, maybe. Not
I
even.
wouldn't
No,
say
I wouldn't
like
even say
3,
that.
4.
500 would
Yeah.
be top.
I'd
if
say
you
that's-
include
yeah,
all the
But
law enforcement
Still,
personnel.
then you got
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, with everybody, all good guys with guns or good guys with good intentions.
Yeah. Because just security personnel, we were sitting at about 300 a day.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of the
I don't know. That's a good
KCPD
question.
officers, and this was when they were clearing that one building, and he was like, "Are you guys coming in the building?" I was like, "No, it's a liability thing. It's a construction building or whatever." He was like,
Nothing
"Well,
about this
more
makes
guns in the
this good."
fight, the better." So the more eyes on a building or an event happening, you can see a whole lot more. You know, I don't think there's. You literally, I called you and
I told you not to.
and you said, "Do not enter that building."
I would have wanted to.
It has nothing to do with
My
us.
younger version-
I know
the
where I'm
younger
going
version.
right after this.
Yeah, you did the right thing.
Right after
You
this.
did the right thing. You did the right thing. Yeah. No, you are going to go home. You're going to nap.
No.
Yes.
Doubtful. He's
It's too late for him to nap
Yeah.
now.
Whatever. Don't talk about this on the podcast.
Shaughnessy
Hey,
is
you're
like
learning.
me, and he
You're
doesn't
learning.
sleep.
Weather.
Weather, yes.
Before I forget, not that we're
Move to
shutting her
that.
down, but
hot and rainy.
yeah,
gonna say,
90, 89 tomorrow, 90 Sunday, 80s until Thursday, and then high 70s.
It's supposed to rain, isn't it?
Most of next week, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a rough weekend.
Supposed to rain all day tomorrow, rain all day Sunday.
I got 15% tomorrow.
Tuesday, I can mow. I can mow
Possible.
Tuesday. It's gonna
It's
be
going to be a
wet.
rough weekend.
Don't look at me like that.
We have a. I wish I had more details. I'll have more on Monday or Friday of next week. We're sponsoring a hole for a fundraiser. That'll be us three and Leon.
For golf?
Yeah,
Mini golf.
mini golf.
Mini golf.
But if
Really?
anybody wants to
Yes.
come out and show some support, I'll have more details. It's going to be the following Saturday, so
bring one
not
of the
this Saturday,
cars.
but the next.
We should bring one of the marked cars.
It's not like it's going to be
probably will.
parked next to the hole.
Straight up.
It might be.
Thanks for
I'll
that.
pull it right up.
Let's
I'll pull it right
hitch-
up to the
hitch a
hole.
VO
Thank you
to
for letting
it.
me know that my idea was awesome. In the rudest way physically
We'll
possible.
hitch VO up to the marked car and drive it up there. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll just put like a little monitor and be like, "This is
Yeah.
what our cars look like."
Yeah.
No, there's some signage we're gonna do, but if you guys want to come out, I know there's gonna be like drinks and snacks. I think I'll have more details though, but it's for a really good cause. It's one of our clients. I'll get permission from them to see if I can post their information on the podcast.
like-
and try and
I feel like we shouldn't have to mention this, but we will. Don't go if you already are scheduled to work somewhere.
yeah, that's not like the
Please.
old holiday parties where like, hey, you swing in between shifts or something. No, if you're working, yeah. Well, you'll get one request off. I want to go to the fundraiser,
Oh, yeah.
and so I don't want to go to my shift.
I just got yelled at today.
Denied.
No.
I just got yelled at today for doing time off requests by 3 people. It was great.
Who, me, Leon, and Roses?
Roses.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and you guys know this. I'm sure you guys get them too. I remember when, anyway, the request off that he has to approve or deny just
Brain shut down
yeah,
right there.
ADD.
Just shut down.
ADD, it just floods the emails. I went downstairs. I think I went to use the restroom. I came back, and there were 17 emails. And I'm like, what?
Yep.
I was gone for
I don't
like
even think I'm
2.5
attached to that.
minutes.
I luckily
I don't-
only get the patrol ones.
Yeah, that's what I
So
get
they don't
too.
get them.
I don't
You should
think-
make sure they do.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I
No.
can fix that.
Yep. Yep. He just made him go away, and
weeks.
my computer is still like processing, going through all my old emails and getting them put into that folder.
I'll just block the sender.
You can't.
I'll
It's
block
him.
I'm gonna figure it out.
It's a work.
figure it
It's
out.
I
work
put my
related.
mind to something, I will obtain it. I will block that. I will go to. All right, we'll go to our IT department.
He won't help.
No.
Yeah.
James, please, Coop's harassing me.
Help me block Coop.
He enjoys it.
I'm like, so why did you get that email from Coop? Oh, I blocked him.
Yo,
Oh, the
there's
scheduling manager. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bread company. I won't say the name of the company, but I put my work email in there, and I guess we have something that if it's a spam email, it'll put it in like the
quarantine.
calls it
Yeah,
like- yeah,
quarantine,
it calls it
yeah.
quarantine. I, think
I
that's
saw one of those the
hilarious.
other day.
I get them from a range.
I get one a day. It's like you have an email. You have
I-
an email.
we
Is
used
it good
to-
bread?
A bread
Yeah.
company?
It's
in-
a bread company. It's
in
down the street.
Omaha, when we did training in Omaha, there's a range up there we used, and as an instructor, I had to sign documents saying like waiver documents and stuff like that, and I put my work email as the contact email,
Yeah.
and I get at least probably 1 to 2 a day from them that hits quarantine.
Oh my
And so
God.
every day right before I leave, every day your quarantine comes up, and I'm like, it's the same too.
Yeah,
Move
and
on.
quarantine's not even like an easy thing to access. Like you got to go through a process to get into that little system, dude.
No,
I'm like,
no one
what
else is going to bring up why
Oh,
he
yeah.
was emailing a bread company.
I wasn't emailing the bread company.
Actually,
I
I
ordered
really-
some food from a bread company.
Really kind of want to know what you ordered from a bread company.
Come on, use your brain. Use your brain. What bread company is around here? One. There's literally
Does
one.
it rhyme with Schmanera?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Their food
Golly.
sucks though, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how you eat that.
It used to be good like 10 years ago. When I was in high school, we used to go up to the one by the high school a lot.
So I don't know if you guys know this. I
Panera-
don't know if you guys know
it's
this,
It's the one
Panera.
thing he's
but
not
I'm
allergic to.
but I'm a caffeine addict. I don't know if you guys know that.
Never
huge,
picked up on
huge
that.
surprise. Anybody that's seen me out in the field always have.
Can
an
you
egg.
have their bread without getting like hives?
No. You don't get to leave.
But no, they have this one drink that's like 400 and something milligrams of caffeine per 8 ounces.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and you
Is
can
it
get like the
liquid
32
cocaine?
ounces. You can get the 32 ounces for like $5.
So he wasn't
so
even ordering the bread.
Why don't you just upgrade to cocaine?
No.
Well, because that's illegal, immoral, and unethical.
Where is it?
Cocaine. Oh, dude, there's this TikToker that I love. He's like kind of a hipster, but he's really funny. And
Mike. Whoa.
Whoa, Skinny Jean Mike.
oh, maybe I don't know. I don't remember what his name is, but I don't watch TikToks as much as I used to. Anyway, long story short, he has a bleeper thingy he does on his editing, and he'll say a cuss word to be like shit, and then he'll go beep afterwards. He like purposely mistimes it, and like every video there'll be somebody commenting like the mistimed bleeps are my favorite.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
he's
funny.
He's hilarious.
Do it again. Do it again. We're all
press
waiting.
I'll press it. Let me see it.
Let's see. No, away from my stuff.
It's not your stuff.
Don't touch it. Don't touch my desk. Did you touch my drumstick?
Why are you sweating?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, no,
It's
we're
the
gonna
other
put the
scene.
camera on you, and we're gonna wait till you answer.
It's the other scene. He goes, "Why are you so sweaty?"
Oh,
He goes, "I was watching
dude,
Cops."
I don't know.
He goes, "I was watching Cops." He goes, "Well, Cops doesn't come on until either 4:30 or 5:30."
I hate when you pan it over to me and I don't know what's going on. You did that when the camera died the other day. I don't know what
Camera died. Keep them entertained.
Hey,
Just pan
wait,
over, go.
didn't we make a bet on how many views that would get? What was the bet? Diego.
I haven't seen him yet.
We made a bet.
Mike's in there. Mike might know.
We made a bet. I said if it doesn't get over like 150 or 120 views, I don't know, probably buy a beer or something. I don't know.
Oh, I think we exceeded that.
Yeah.
He should.
I'll give
I've heard a lot of people say that
double
was the
checking
best
it.
one.
I said
Yeah.
Googling it.
I'll give credit where credit's due. When Shaughnessy's on here, we do get some good viewership. I'm pretty sure he like spams his family to watch it, but
Yeah, probably.
I guarantee it.
I have a group chat with all of them just every week. Here you guys go.
watch my stuff.
Grandma's over here like, how do I
Make new
click the
accounts
button?
on YouTube and watch it. Make a second
what he
account.
does.
That's what he's got like 400 YouTube.
I've got 3 accounts: my work email, my phone, and then I have one for my computer at home.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's 100% what he
Dude,
does.
they got to let me be a permanent member at some point.
I think it was 119.
We don't have to. You want us to.
Eventually.
Eventually, you're gonna take my spot. 'cause I'm
Eventually,
not gonna
the
have
intro
time.
will change, and it will no longer be. And we have Lieutenant Shaughnessy as a guest. Eventually, that guest will be gone.
80 views.
What? 80?
More
What?
than that. That's not the right video.
Guys, send it to everybody you know. Send
No.
it to everybody you know.
That's a fake video.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's from the
Fake.
channel.
No, it's fake.
I think Crazy Update. That one. I think that one got, or Crazy Week Update.
Crazy
that
Week
one's
did
got
get
a
good.
lot.
Yeah, that one had like 120. I have YouTube on my TV and I happened to see it.
Yeah. I will say, for the first time ever, I had one of our videos hit my For You on YouTube.
Yeah. Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
It was really. I say that I don't watch our videos anymore. I used to rewatch the videos we did and stuff like that. I stopped doing that. So to have that pop up on my For You is kind of cool.
Yeah. I watched. Can't remember the last time I watched one.
I think it has a lot to do with it. I
Brown
watch a lot
keeps
of.
accidentally playing footsie with me. It's kind of
Look,
Show
I've
me your
got a
cool
s-
tattoo.
It's a small table.
Show me your cool tattoo. Oh wait, it's too dark. You can't see it.
Oh darn.
Yes, my 2 little lieutenants are getting all tatted up over here.
They're trying to look like their dad.
Cap, when are you?
I don't have any tattoos.
Not you.
When are
Captain
you
gets
getting
scared
one?
of
That's their
needles.
grandpa.
When are you
True.
getting one?
I don't do needles, bro. I don't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari.
We'll take
Ew.
That is a-
Ew. Can we blur that part out? that
it's
was
too late.
foul.
We're
That's
gonna
too
take
late
That's
him
the
now.
out.
oldest one in the book. No,
Get a tattoo.
if I had a really good idea, I probably
That
would.
Ferrari's got a flat tire.
That's fine. I'll take a flat
Spare tire. That's what it is.
yeah, it's
spare
a spare
tire in the trunk.
The body of the
No,
Ferrari
that looks like a flat tire to me.
motor's a little
Ford
bogged
Taurus
down.
sitting out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't care. Says Ferrari on there somewhere, I think.
D badge here wrote it in Sharpie.
Just duct tape. Ferrari. How do you spell Ferrari? Ferrari.
FAR.
We have somebody in here that wants this said. Shaughnessy wears Lululemon and eats Panera. Are we sure he's not a middle-aged white woman?
That's pretty good.
Dang.
Drinking
That was violent.
Drinking
That was violent.
Chardonnay.
That wasn't
Yeah.
even
That was,
like.
that was good. I should have had the camera on you when I said that.
Drinking
That was-
Chardonnay.
It's gotten to a point where I have clients making fun of me
Good.
Really?
from the
Love it.
podcast.
Love it.
Drinking
Always-
Chardonnay on the
Lieutenant
way to-
Lulu, that's stuck. That's stuck.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one. That
All
one.
it's missing
middle-aged
is
woman.
early morning
Hilarious.
walk.
See, the thing is though that people will keep jokes running for so long, it no longer
It's
affects
funny?
anything.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like spammed over, there was one that I was like, dude, this isn't funny anymore. Oh, It was one of the PRNs. Every time that I would get there, he's like, "You bring me a gift yet?" And he knows exactly who it is. I know he watches this. And even today, every once in a while, I'll just be like, "You bring me a gift?" I'm like, "Dude, shut up!" I'm like, "You know, I hate that."
It was like the cookie with George.
Yep.
But she ended up getting her cookie.
She did.
Yes.
I think
Every
she,
and I
paid back
we had it.
taxes on that.
We had it. We did. I had we did a one with what?
Middle-aged white woman.
yeah, you didn't let me finish drinking Chardonnay on the way to pick up her kids from soccer
hilarious.
practice.
That's hilarious.
In her probably Range Rover.
He's missing the early morning.
We had one
walk
with
still.
Sergeant Sunshine. If for those of you who don't know, that's Sergeant Kavist's name, Sergeant Sunshine. So we're gonna make that public.
Sunshine.
We had
Who's our shout out of the week or of the day? I forgot to do it.
rude.
But
You cut me off.
that's my job.
That's
That's literally why I'm here.
That's all you
Because
do.
he'll start talking about nerd stuff, and I'll go, "No,
Shots fired,
we
shots
need
fired."
some spark in here. We need some spark in here." I think it was a cardinal that just flew by. Squirrel.
Wow.
Anyway.
So much ADHD
So,
operating in this,
I
in this
think we're
room.
gonna call it for now because I'm pretty sure.
Who's our shout out? Oh, I got it. I think I already did it, but Sergeant Bassett.
Oh,
Fantastic
done that
job holding down coverage. I think I already did, but
You might have.
I don't think you did.
why is my phone blowing up? People, leave
don't
me
know.
alone. I'm famous
Sure
for the
at
podcast.
work.
You know what I'm doing.
It's your wife.
No, this one wasn't.
She's calling the work phone now.
He's not
Where is
answering. He's not answering me.
Where is he?
So
We need to go drink margaritas.
Sergeant Bassett, that's your shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
If
saved us.
if I already did it once, I'll
I
say
don't
it
think you
again.
did.
Double dipped.
I'll be honest. Sergeant Skinner and Sergeant Bassett both
Stepped up.
deserve.
Yep.
Both deserve a shout out
Yeah.
for what they did on the.
I
the
did say
draft.
that back on the last podcast
Yeah.
on Monday because I was
Still.
in the wake of
Still
the
recognize
drunken hangover of the draft, and they did a
Phenomenal job.
phenomenal job.
Oh, we could do
don't like
all
that.
the officers that are at that new contract, the big one that we have that have been pulling doubles until we can
Oh,
yeah.
until we can get the team fully staffed.
haven't talked to
They've
him
been-
about
They've
it,
been
so-
killing
Let's,
it, and they seem like a
let's-
really good team out there.
Let's
too.
talk to him and we'll see if we can get him on the next one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
No.
Not in here.
No.
Just
not
the
yeah.
actual
Just
names
mention
on the
them.
shout out.
Never mind. Got it. Got it.
You guys have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy Cinco de Mayo. If you celebrate Cinco de Drinko, make sure you do it responsibly.
And not at work.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it.
Please,
If you have an
please.
overnight shift, be smart. Know that there is a time period between having fun and being at work. Other than that, just be careful. Make sure you guys. There's going to be a lot of amateurs out on holidays like this. Make sure you guys are Ubering, calling somebody for rides. Don't make bad decisions. So. Other than that,
I think
enjoy
we're going to
yourself.
call it. We appreciate it, guys. Stay safe out there. Thank you for everything you do. It allows us to continue to do cool stuff like this. So
Always.
stay safe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace
Thanks.
out.
Bye.
Back.